If you are coming across these words right now, understand it is not a random event. A higher power, or what some call the higher self, has an urgent message for you. You might think you just disregarded an unimportant phone call, but the reality is far deeper. By ignoring that call, you set in motion a serious chain of events. Authorities are already being prepared to visit your home. Yet what is truly happening goes beyond mere legal concerns. It's bigger, more pressing, and involves you personally in ways you might not yet comprehend. Visualize waking up one morning to find your entire existence flipped upside down. Your bank accounts are frozen, your reputation is in ruins, and even your closest friends and family begin to doubt who they thought you were. It might sound like a fictional plot from a thriller, but it could become your real life if you fail to act upon this message right now. You have been receiving signals from the universe, but distractions and skepticism prevented you from noticing. Let this be your final wake-up call, a chance to grab the steering wheel before everything veers off course. If you feel ready to accept this vital warning, affirm your readiness by saying, "I am ready." Sometimes the universe communicates in ways we do not expect, through unusual dreams, gut feelings, or, yes, even missed phone calls. That number you dismissed last week was no mere telemarketing annoyance. It was a direct sign, a kind of urgent nudge from your higher self attempting to guide you away from an upcoming crisis. You set it aside, thinking, "It's probably nothing." But consequences are now moving quickly in your direction. Time is short, and this is not a small hint. It is a lifeline, placed in your path so you can still make a choice. If you accept this message and its urgency, quietly say, "I accept the message." Think back to the last time you had an unexplainable sense of unease, perhaps when you first met a certain person, or before you signed a document without carefully reading every detail, or just before you dismissed that suspicious phone call. That tension in your chest or that little voice in your mind was your intuition, a direct link to your higher self trying to shield you from unseen danger. You opted not to listen. Now, things are speeding forward in a way you never thought possible. That individual you trusted, that deal you thought you had under control, everything might have been a well-crafted illusion. If you are ready to trust your instincts again, say, "I trust my intuition." Here's where things take an alarming turn. The call you failed to answer carried a warning. Someone close to you, someone you have relied upon, may not be who they claim to be. Law enforcement is getting involved, but understand that this stretches beyond a routine legal matter. There is also a spiritual dimension at play. It is a test of your faith and your resilience in the face of chaos. Your higher self is shedding light on the truth, knowing you are strong enough to bear it. Yet you need to move quickly. The police are gathering evidence, and once they knock on your door, the clock will have run out. If you believe you are watched over and can persevere, say, "I am protected." It may be even worse than you first realized. Someone you depend on has actually been orchestrating events from behind the scenes, planting traps in your path while smiling to your face. Should you remain passive, you risk losing everything: your personal freedom, your financial stability, and your peace of mind. This is more than mere betrayal. It is a question of survival itself. Your higher self believes you can face whatever is coming next, but the moment to act is right now. Each second you hesitate is a second that brings the storm closer. If you sense this realization dawning on you, quietly affirm, "I see the truth." The universe is giving you a final shot to redirect your life. However, you need to seize it immediately. The authorities already have you in their sights, and that unstoppable momentum is building. You received a calling in the form of a missed phone call. Disregarded though it was, you can still reclaim control of your own story. If you act without delay, remember, your higher self does not send intense messages like this to everyone. You received it because you are capable of listening, capable of bravery, and ready to transform your life. If you feel compelled to step up now, say, I take action. This is not merely for you, it's also for everyone who has felt betrayed, cornered, or locked in a pattern of harmful choices. The higher self speaks to all of us, yet only a few truly tune in. Will you remain captive to fear, or will you let courage lead you forward? The cosmos is not sending this signal to frighten you, but to remind you of your own power. Know that you are never alone, and you are strong enough to conquer anything. All that's asked is that you take the first small step toward trusting the signs around you, and trusting your own capacities. If you sense that readiness, speak, I am awake. While the police may be en route, they are not the biggest threat you must handle. The greatest danger is overlooking the wider picture. If you cannot see how all these puzzle pieces link up, how small coincidences form a pattern designed to snare you, then you risk missing your chance to correct course. This is your decisive moment. A time to discard illusions and stand in your true strength. Your higher self knows you have the inner courage to face what's on the horizon and the wisdom to see through deception. If you are willing to break free from the cycles that trap you, say, I break free. Always remember, the universe never issues warnings for no reason. The phone call you shrugged off was more than a ring on your device. It was a lifeline, an early alarm to save you from the ordeal you now face. Time to rewrite this saga before it spirals beyond your control. The higher self remains at your side, guiding you, shielding you, and offering the determination you require to rise above all obstacles. Yet you must be the one to begin, trusting and moving forward one step at a time. If you resolve to shape a different future, quietly affirm, I rewrite my story. As you advance on this journey, keep in mind that your higher self will accompany you with every step you take. This struggle may feel overwhelming, but you are not fighting alone. There is a larger plan benefiting you. Even so, you must take decisive steps to shift your circumstances. Placing faith in your instincts, listening for synchronistic hints, and never overlooking how perfect timing can shift your fate. If you want to stand in alignment with your truest purpose, say, I trust the universe. There's more to this scenario than meets the eye. The chain of events set in motion by that ignored call has triggers that stretch beyond your immediate life. By your words and your actions, you can spark a change that echoes outward, affecting not just your reality but countless others. The higher self wants you to see that you stand at the core of this whirlwind for a reason. You can withstand it, and you can transform it. If you are ready to fulfill your pivotal role, declare, I am the key. Be advised that the person who betrayed your confidence and used your trust against you is part of a much bigger design. Perhaps they're aligned with a powerful group, institution, or system operating out of public sight. By pulling you into their web, they indirectly influence your decisions and your well-being. Far from a random accident, it's a careful plan. Your higher self is exposing the truth because you alone can unravel it. But the only way is to act decisively, without delay. If you are willing to confront this challenge, say, I dismantle the system. What you're confronting now is not just a straightforward human conflict. It is also part of a grand spiritual test. The energies at work are not only physical but also metaphysical, some might say cosmic. They battle for sovereignty over your destiny. Your higher self reveals this hidden confrontation because it believes you have the awareness to understand it, to link the clues, and to make effective decisions. You are not meant to do it alone, however. The universe is sending individuals and opportunities to help. You just need to be open to accepting them. If you desire that assistance, say, I receive my allies. Turning our attention back to the police, remember that they have been drawn into this story by misinformation they've been fed. Someone manipulated them with false narratives, painting you as a suspect or a wrongdoer. That person orchestrating this is the real issue, and the official response is merely one more puzzle piece. You have the chance to reveal the facts before they knock on your door, shifting the story so it does not end in your downfall. Yet it all hinges on whether you act promptly. If you accept this assignment, say, I expose the truth. Another twist lies hidden in your past, present, and future, all woven together in ways you can't yet see. The call you failed to answer could have been a caution from your future self, alerting you to a dangerous route. If you don't make corrections now, the after effects could ripple across multiple timelines, affecting not just you but generations yet to come. The higher self shares this knowledge because you hold the ability to rewrite your story. If you feel ready to protect your future and the future of others, affirm, I change the timeline. Envision this as a fork in the road. One direction brings chaos and disaster, not just for you but for everyone linked to you. The other road brings redemption, a way to rise above turmoil and finally unlock the identity you were always meant to live. Holding still isn't an option. Hoping someone else steps in to save you isn't an option, either. Your higher self is calling because it recognizes your hidden strength, wisdom, and resolve. If you are ready to move forward, say, I rewrite the story. Step 1 is cutting off sources of negativity in your life. The person you considered a friend or confidant may be the very individual who set this all in motion. Step 2 is gathering every proof and resource at your disposal. There may be documents, screenshots, personal memories, or intangible insights that can unmask the deception. Step 3 is seeking genuine allies. A small group of supportive souls may be waiting in the wings. Step 4 is taking bold, courageous steps toward resolution. Don't wait around. Trust your instincts. If you're determined to act, affirm, I take bold action. Your higher self is speaking with urgency because it knows you are primed for the task ahead. It sees the inner power you sometimes doubt. Yes, the timeline is tight, but the universe is working alongside you. This goes beyond safeguarding yourself. It's also about protecting the ones you hold dear. It's a chance to rise and become a leader, an example for others. If you feel yourself stepping into that role, say, I am the hero. There is an underlying truth that the forces conspiring against you want to keep hidden. They might be using law enforcement as pawns, but in reality, it's much deeper. A shadowy network, woven into the core of society, manipulates people and events from behind closed doors. Their reach is wide. They can alter official documents, erase records, and suppress evidence. If you disappear, they hope nobody will think to ask questions. Your higher self, however, is bringing this conspiracy to the surface, showing you that you have the power to defy it. If you are brave enough to stand up, say, I see the shadows. This is not about paranoia or wild imagination. It is a revealing of what's hiding in plain sight. The missed call was a test of your intuition, your faith, and your determination. The universe gave you a glimpse of the bigger game at play. Although you initially overlooked that sign, it does not mean all is lost. The second chance offered here is meant to steer you away from total disaster. You stand in a special lineage. Your ancestors were wise, resourceful, and strong. Those you now face want to erase that lineage's influence once and for all. If you are ready to uncover and activate the strength that runs in your blood, say, I reclaim my lineage. Reflect on the dreams you have had. Some might seem random or frightening. like glimpses of unidentified figures watching you from a window, or endless mazes of mirrors. These might be more than random nightmares. They could be attempts by this hidden group to keep you trapped in fear. Yet your higher self is reawakening your sense of truth. You hold within you an ancient strength, carried from generation to generation. If you're willing to unlock it, say, "I awaken ancestral power." Consider the individual who acted as your confidant. This person might be more than just a manipulator. They may be a link to energies that feed on negativity and confusion. Each time you shared a private worry, each time you revealed your vulnerabilities, that information was turned against you. But knowledge is power. Seeing clearly that you've been under an influence is the first step to liberation. If you're prepared to sever that harmful tie and protect your energy, whisper, "I cut ties with darkness." The police, when they arrive, will do so under misguided ideas. They may believe they're closing in on a criminal. But the real enemy has used them as a means to isolate and corner you. Remember, you are not truly powerless. You have evidence or insight that can show the reality of the situation, if you act quickly enough. If you rise to this responsibility, you may flip the script before it's too late. If you pledge to reveal the facts, say, "I expose the lies." Hidden within you is the capacity to alter not just your personal path, but also your entire family's fate. We often think our decisions only affect us, but that's rarely the case. The universe wants you to see that when you alter your own timeline, you alter everyone else's as well. If you find the courage to rewrite events, the healing you foster can echo across multiple generations. If you're prepared to do this, say, "I shape the future." The missed phone call was the latest in a series of pivotal moments where your lives in different timelines briefly intersected. Had you picked it up, you might have received advanced warning from a version of you who already overcame these challenges. But do not lose hope. Another window is opening now. The choice you make will ripple across worlds, turning you into either the hero or yet another unsung casualty. If you understand the power of your choice, say, "I choose wisely." You have two clear options in front of you. One path is to hide, change your name, drift through life, and hope the threat eventually overlooks you. That route may offer short-term relief but guarantees a future of constant paranoia and vanished hopes. The other option is to stand your ground, gather those who share your quest for truth, and reveal what is hidden. The universe has placed you here not just for yourself, but for everyone who senses the same shifts in reality. You may encounter them in the most unexpected places, noticing small signals of shared purpose. By uniting, you create a force strong enough to crack the deception. If you accept this calling, say, "I stand." In the end, it all returns to that single phone call. You once ignored it. Now, you have the chance to make the call instead, reaching out to the part of yourself that never hesitated. On the other end of that metaphorical line, you will discover answers you already knew but hesitated to face. The name of the betrayer, the location of crucial evidence, and the exact time the decisive confrontation will happen. This call might be figurative, or it might be literal. It's up to you to interpret and act. It could cost you your safety, some of your relationships, and maybe even your peace of mind. But it grants something more meaningful: your genuine freedom. If you feel prepared to connect with the braver version of yourself, say, "I call my future." You have read the message. The path is revealed. Shadows gather, but you have the opportunity to stand tall. Take a breath. Recognize your own inner power. At this juncture, no one else can decide for you. When you are ready, speak the words that will guide you into the next chapter. "I am the storm." With that declaration, the message is complete, and it is now your move.